Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 343 of the Red Force Podcast. My name is Tyler. Joining me today, Chris Tyler.
You know, some days you just can't get that hair right. And you have to just cop it. You know?
Shout out. Wait, first of all, like and subscribe, Chris.
Okay, alright.
For more One Piece content.
We might be the worst YouTubers to ever exist.
We just kind of do this just to hang out.
That's true.
But anyway, we're going to talk about the Go One Piece, Chris.
Yeah.
But let's talk about that hair. Quietly put you on notice. Your hair's always dry.
It's not dry.
Now it's not dry after we roasted you.
It's...
Your hair went through a dry period, dry head, too much conditioner perhaps, too much shampoo. Who knows? What's wrong with your hair?
It's just like out of shape. It's wild. You know, I don't have the luxury of hiding it with headphones, using headphones to pull it back.
That's right.
You know,
You could just wear headphones. But
I'm plugged in. Okay, I guess so.
What about wearing a headband, Christian? How do you feel about that?
You can only do it if you're like a sports person. You know, you're playing a gay, alright, but male headband.
What if you're that raw like Ganondorf?
You're like a cool hairpiece. You're gonna be Twilight Princess Gandalf.
Half of me just wants to go full nut.
Okay.
Why don't I just go full nut, Christian?
What does that mean?
Just wearing a silk robe,
Silk robe. I mean, you know you leave your house.
Nippon shit.
So he doesn't have to go to the office to work. He works at home.
Buy like
all day he works at home.
Buy like a feather jacket, walk around in that.
Take people through your day, Eric. You get out of bed, come to the computer, and you sit here.
Depends what's got it. Out of bed 5 a.m. Coffee.
Okay. Yeah. You sit at the computer.
Dick around for like half an hour, just trying to wake up.
Yeah.
Work.
You sit down, you draw that saga. Is that right?
A little bit of lifting at lunch.
Lifting at lunch. Okay. See, why don't you lift in the morning? You get the blood pump, you get the blood flow.
There's not enough spring in the muscle, Christian.
Okay.
You gotta go for that power.
All right, let's go for the. All right.
Dinner. Chilling.
The only time Eric leaves his house is shopping, and the Sunday family dinner.
Correct.
So he doesn't leave the house much.
New Star Wars book there, Christian.
Okay.
Been ironed it off.
That's for your technology.
Let me ask you this. Let me take you back to middle school.
Okay, yeah.
Do you remember the Star Wars encyclopedia? Yes. I cannot find it.
Do you remember the X-Men encyclopedia?
I do.
Classic.
I cannot find this Star Wars book. If the people know, I want to know what it was called. I want to find it.
It's probably the guide, Star Wars guide.
It had everything. It had the that has a dissection of all the vehicles, Christian. Very cool, very interesting. But one of them had the lightsaber dissections. The weaponry.
See, Eric, as we all know, that's not canon anymore. So
I can't find. I want it.
It's been deleted off the planet. Disney deleted it. They're not printing it. It's gone.
The Star Wars style iconic, the alien style iconic.
Yeah.
Technology. I'm trying to find out what makes appealing technology.
Okay.
Little interesting thing.
It's geometry, Eric. It's all geometry. Alright, that's a secret is complex geometry. Good luck animating that.
My mind takes me back to like shit like maybe some Space Dandy.
Okay. That's weird shit though.
Some Cowboy Bebop.
Okay.
The designs aren't complex.
There's good shapes, good silhouettes.
They're good silhouettes, good form. And then they pick and choose where the detail is.
That's right. Yeah, I guess so.
That choice of where the vents, Christian, the exhaust.
That's what it's all about. It's basically character design.
Yeah, I feel like you're gonna think about, alright, so here's the engine. Where would the exhaust pipes be? Where would the air vents be? Where the shielding, perhaps?
Yeah.
The various radar technology, doing the antennas.
Take a look at an actual like car schematic.
Where are the weaponry? Maybe we just look at planes.
Look at the schematics, Eric. Maybe not the Boeing ones because they're falling apart.
I heard Bowen's getting sued.
But anyway, enough about Eric's side projects and shit he does. Alright.
I managed to just create a life where and basically just draw all day.
Eric, if you didn't have a girlfriend, it would be a sad life. You know what I mean? You can hear that black and white movie music. The man gets up. He gets on his computer, he draws. He argues with people on Twitter about Zorro. He draws some more. Eats his dinner, goes to bed, repeat every day. What do you think about that?
Similar to my life already.
Okay.
But, things are happening. Christian, people... Whatever. Christian goes to the office. He talks shit. He drinks his coffee.
With the boys.
In the factory.
Factory boys, It is what it is.
Oh, well, whatever, Christian. We got... We're going to talk about One Piece.
Yeah, we're going to talk about One Piece at some point.
Controversial episode, perhaps.
Why?
What? The Sanji fans are upset. They didn't get the source.
In the anime.
Yes. Now,
unfortunate.
Why
it was
did
a
they
very
source up S-Hawk and S-Bear and that irrelevant fight? Who knows?
Eric, it was a very
that fight
odd
doesn't
choice.
have an ending.
No. It's a very odd choice.
But it's got Luffy and Zoro in it, so that's where the source goes.
Toei sourcing up stuff doesn't need to source.
Sanji doesn't buy the bread.
Unfortunate. It's not very good.
Mate, he gets the final arc fight, the final move, as we saw with Queen. He got the source.
He got the source at the end.
But he ain't Zoro, he ain't Luffy.
They're not going to source him.
Doesn't buy the bread.
He didn't get sourced. There's no source. Was there? Maybe there wasn't any source left.
They know if there's a Sakuga clip of Zoro.
Views.
40x a Sakuga clip of Sanji.
Okay.
That's just the data.
Sanji fans gonna mobilize. Alright?
The internet is held by the Zoro fans. Don't get it confused.
Now, Eric, the Shanks episode is coming. And we await for the absolute slaughtering of Kid. Eric, I've been watching some reactions this week.
No one buys it.
No one buys the Kid was gonna win. All the anime only.
It kind of amazes me that
people on Twitter thought.
Yeah, see, the manga fanatics overthink it sometimes.
Overthink.
They get their heads in the weeds. The anime onlys, straightforward.
The anime onlys are like, there's no Kid's gonna get folded.
Right.
That's what the anime onlys think, and they're correct.
But the mangas, they convince themselves, Christian, the Kid's got a chance. They convince.
The
narrative, the build. Anyway, I need this Shanks episode to be
crisp.
Ishitani's return.
Ishitani's return.
And if it's anything less, disrespect. If it's anything less,
then Ishitani legendary status.
Disrespect.
Okay. Ishitani.
No, I understand.
The last Ishitani episode was first episode Egghead.
Well, she doesn't want to do it anymore. It's a lot of pressure.
What do you mean she doesn't want to do it anymore?
She put out a tweet. There's a lot of pressure. I've gone back to doing the intros and the endings, as we saw with the goated Egghead Christian.
What is this?
Intro.
What is this weak effort? We need the legendary status.
As Christian, their movie quality. We've seen her meticulous storyboarding, Christian.
Toei, back up that Brinks truck and pay Ishitani what she's worth so we get the Sakuga.
Anyway, Christian, have you seen the Ishitani storyboards?
Legendary.
Each board, six panels in detail showing the motion, full color, full drawings, direction, actual director.
See, this is what a storyboarder should do.
Well, it's a bit extreme, but actual direction.
I don't understand, Eric. If you're a full-time storyboarder, I don't understand why you can't do this.
Well, in the West, Christian, the storyboard is animated, so you actually have direction.
The actual storyboarders.
Yeah, but the actual storyboards in the West do it in animated.
Okay.
But very basically.
Yeah.
But the camera's animated and the motion's animated, so you get the direction as it's moving. In Japan, especially the cheap episodes, Christian.
No.
We get a little chicken scratch.
You get Oda scratch. Chicken scratch.
It worse. Not even, what is that?
Yeah. Okay.
Is that hockey? Is that King's hockey?
No directions. Alright.
Anyway.
Ishitani, we hope you return. Maybe Eric has some connections to suss out this Shanks episode. See what's going on.
We need it. I expect many breaks before this episode launches.
How many chapters is there between
like
this?
We got like 2 chapters.
I feel like we got the Shanks bar scene
We did.
and the Shanks going out to sea.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
With the giant panel.
Yeah.
The only thing left is the fight.
And that in manga terms, that was the next chapter, wasn't it?
No, it was a few. We've got about 2 chapters in manga terms.
I remember back-to-back Shanks.
It wasn't.
It wasn't?
That was a gap.
Okay.
But anyway,
Alright.
Shaka getting killed and shit.
Yeah. And then we go to the 9, we do the time skip. Yeah. Alright. Let's get into the chapter.
What are people saying? Nothing. They're fiddling around with the mint.
See, apparently the 25th anniversary episode is soon, so maybe they're saving the budget for that. That's what the chat says.
Does it line up?
Nah.
The fact that the episode wasn't.
We got the Garb shit,
And with the Shank shit.
we got the Shank shit to do. And that must be done correctly. And then after that, we can fuck around, whatever, because then we got Kizaru after that.
Kizaru and the Gorosei and
Yeah.
Luffy
We
falling.
got a lot of, we want a lot of sauce. For like Kizaru, Elder introduction, you know, they got to sauce up Saturn. It is what it is, alright? Is that a good choice? Probably not. Alright? Kuma's flashback, Eric. Are they going to add filler? Will we see a clash between Whitebeard and Roger in this flashback? God Valley.
No.
Will we see a clash between Roger and Garling and they're equal?
No. They're going to see.
They might do it. They added extra sauce with they added sauce with the Odin flashback.
Now that Henry and Vincent are full time,
Take
we
team.
can get that emotional acting in the Kuma flashback. Because you ain't ready for that.
No one is.
Oh yeah.
We got so many quality moments in Egghead to animate. We don't have time.
Shout out to the best Japanese animators from the West, by the way. Just put it out there.
Don't say that, Eric. We respect Sheeta. Alright?
The OG.
We respect the OG.
The man who animated
The only hope.
Burning Attack.
The only hope for One Piece for a long ass time, Eric. Sheeta.
was Sheeta. That's true.
You hoped your favorite thing was animated by Sheeta. Back in the day.
Shout out to Random Water and
You
Zoro.
just have to do something, Eric.
Okay.
But Eric, let's get to this chapter. A short chapter yet again. I don't know, maybe Oda's involved in the live action. Who knows? Short chapters.
Maybe
batch.
25th anniversary prepares.
They're getting Oda to do too much shit. Can he just write the manga, please?
Yeah, get his goon editor to do something.
Yeah. Alright. Chapter 1119. Emet. Yamato gets hit with a rock. The kids still have hatred in their hearts, Eric. The Kurozumi were born to burn. As Oda said, the cycle of hatred can never be stopped.
But also reread.
But also reread. But also, the cycle of hatred can never be stopped.
It'd be ultimate vindication if the kids are bullying Tama for being a Kurozumi.
I mean, how would they find that out? How would Tama find that out?
Whatever.
Whatever, okay.
Ultimate vindication.
Okay.
They ain't coming back from that.
No. It's only
They
a
ain't
pun.
coming back from that.
They're only a pun crowd, Eric. Now, Eric. This is the first interesting... I'll say this is the first interesting Yamato cover story, because it makes you think about something.
Does she need to do something to gain the trust of the people?
Exactly. What is this grand moment? Does Greenbull try to return, and it gets thwarted yet again? It has to be. She has to do something.
It's probably gonna be some bullshit.
Won't you be king?
It'll be some bullshit where, like, she gets all the food from the farm and
They
feeds the
already
people.
did that.
I don't know.
Watch King trying to attack a capital and get beaten by Yamato. Because where is King? Did Greenbull arrest him? We don't know.
We can take him back. He got frauded by Shanks.
That's right, he just left.
Or if Blackbeard turns up and she folds it.
That'd be insane.
Lafitte. Where's Lafitte?
Eric, people are saying that they're gonna bring out Pluton. It's not happening.
No.
Cover story.
No.
There's no chance.
The Dawn has to open the gates, as we are aware.
Apparently. But anyway. Finally, an interesting cover story. Moving on to the actual chapter. Kaku tells Darcy to go. Lucci's gonna kill her when she sees her. Decent enough resolution to this inner conflict. Kaku always kind of a nice
People
guy.
pretending like they like this on Twitter. They like this plot thread.
I mean, you know. Well, they're getting some character work. Nothing we complain about.
Okay, Kaku. Kaku's a good guy. We know Kaku's a nice guy.
But Lucci, Eric.
Lucci ain't gonna tolerate that. Funny enough, Luffy's just running around after Zoro. Whatever.
I don't know where the fuck Lucci is. They could try and escape yet again, Eric.
Mm-hmm.
Back to Bonnie and Luffy. Gear 5. Everyone was holding their breath. What will happen? What will Oda do? The Giants are loving it, Eric. The Giants are loving the dance. Everyone's dancing, having a good time. Mars calls Bonnie's transformation an illusion of the age fruit. He ain't buying it. Now, Eric.
It ain't the real deal.
I heard the best analogy from JD Legend.
Go on.
Have you heard this analogy?
No.
Bonnie is exactly like Ditto. You can use Ditto on a level 100 Charizard, but if you're a level 10 Ditto, you're still level 10 Ditto. You're getting those stats.
Right.
So if Bonnie uses her powers on Luffy against that time manipulation, against that timeline, she's still a level 10 Ditto. So, you know, she might be a Charizard, but she ain't that level 100 Charizard.
That King of Lightning's still coping she's not rubber, even though her eyes are popping out of her face.
She did a Gear 3 attack! Like, how are they going to animate this without it looking like rubber? Does King need it to be animated?
I don't know.
How does he not understand that this is rubber?
People
Because
get
before
we
there was-
talked about this last. People get lost in the weeds.
Because before, people were coping, oh no, she just made her fist big and, like, just punched Saturn because you maybe could make the argument she wasn't actually stretching because you don't see any stretching motion.
Right.
This week, there's no way. She's 100% rubber, stop the cope. It makes even less sense if she's not. Her ability makes her access alternate timelines where she can access different fruits. Make it simple. We don't have to cope and spin and whatnot.
Now, for the people out there, Christian, that comment on the shaking of the camera, it is Christian Slam that does this.
It has to be done.
I just want to point out.
It has to be done to make
He's
a point.
making his point.
Alright.
Okay?
People gotta stop coping about this. She's made of rubber. She's basically Luffy.
Well, anyway,
basically
she
Nika,
used one move.
And passed out.
As we predicted.
And it's like a basic attack. It's not some crazy Luffy fucking insanity, you know? Just a really, really, really big elephant gun.
The combos into Luffy.
Now, Eric, we'll get to that combo.
Right.
And I want to talk about power scaling when we get to it.
Okay.
Right? Luffy has a plan. He finally has a plan, Eric. He's like, I've tried everything, it doesn't fucking work. Right? I tried doing the symbol, I folded Kizaru, it didn't fold Saturn. Alright? Something up with these guys, we're gonna do something different.
It's crazy in Luffy's mind that he kind of like one-shot Kizaru.
He's gone.
Right, he doesn't know.
He's not back.
Right.
Alright? Luffy has a plan. Luffy does a balloon and tanks Mars's fire breath. Now, we forget, Luffy just face tanks Boro breath in
No big deal.
in one. It's not a big deal.
Let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
Does Luffy actually take damage in Year 5? Because we talked about this in the Kaido fight.
He does bleed, he takes
But,
damage.
like, 99%
It's
nerfed.
extremely nerfed.
Right.
Luffy is an actual Emperor when he's in Gear 5.
No damage.
No damage.
He's 1% less.
No damage. Alright? He takes that fire breath. He tells his crew to hit him as hard as they can, Eric. Luffy grabs his master who can't go anywhere. Sanji uses Ifrit Janbei Hell's Memories. His strongest attack to date. People out there coping. Their money shots better.
King of Lightning, where's the anti-kick course? Anti-matter kick course, Christian, where
Eric,
is it?
is Hell's Memories better than Mutton Shot?
Mutton Shot's a finisher, always.
But is Hell's Memories better?
If a Janbei Mutton Shot would probably be the best.
This is Ifrit Janbei Hell's Memories. It's not just Hell's Memories.
Is Hell's Memories better?
It's Ifrit Janbei Hell's Memories.
He used it for Jumbo Mutton Shot to finish Queen.
That's right.
So that's going to be his finisher.
But Hell's Memories is a better
Mutton
attack.
Shot's always...
Mutton Shot's the bread and butter.
Mutton Shot's the finisher.
Mutton
Always.
Shot's the Gom Gom Bazooka. Sanji's Gom Gom Bazooka. Right?
Sure.
We're talking about Hell's Memories, his ultimate technique after the time skip. That was his upgraded technique.
I thought it was a form. Is it a kick?
He goes like he turns into a fireball and kicks something.
Right.
Yeah. And Luffy said, hit me with everything you got.
Does he sustain Hell's Memories?
I don't think he's ever sustained Hell's Memories. It's always been an attack.
Okay.
So, Luffy said, hit me with everything you got, Eric. So, Captain's Order is absolute. You gotta do it. So Sanji's best move is for Jumbo Hell's Memories. As of right now, he might get something better. At least we can say this is
strong attack.
One of Sanji's strongest attacks.
Right. For sure.
For sure. Frankie uses... I don't know what the fuck this move is.
Impactful strong right.
It's impactful strong right. My headcanon is he uses the explosives in his fist for extra propulsion.
Maybe uses...
That's my
maybe
headcanon.
Uses extra cola energy to shoot it.
Because he's like grabbing his fist like a gun and he shoots it out. Because normally it's just like a normal
Does it have
punch.
Haki on it?
Frankie Haki, maybe. Right. Frankie does his... I don't know. Well, okay. Impactful strong right.
Right.
I don't know what that does. Just a strong punch, apparently.
Strong right.
And then Bonnie uses supersized Nika punch. Now, how big is this fist?
Large, very large.
It is... Size-wise, it is probably the size of the Colosseum. You have to imagine Bonnie's in gyro form. His fist is almost the size of Luffy, who's grabbing Mars, who's fucking huge.
She might be that fist might be his biggest Pika. Big fist.
That's a big fist. Right? I'm saying the size of the Colosseum. Nah, we're not saying that. I'm saying the size of the Colosseum. I think that's fair.
Why?
Because you can't even see Sanji.
Half covered in Haki.
Eric, you cannot even see Sanji. Or Frankie. The little dots.
Luffy's huge.
Luffy's fucking massive. Right? Mars.
Giganta Gear 5 balloon.
Eric, who knows how big this is? Right. We don't own that classic Oda.
Maimin
with the scale all the time. How big is Mars?
Right.
Sannon changes size every week. No one really knows. At one point, Sannon is as big as Walkery. And Walkery is like the size of the Iron Giant. But then the next week, he's like the size of the Straw Hats. No one really knows how big Sannon is. Classic Oda. Right? With the scale. But, if we're going to keep it consistent, Body's Punch, Colosseum level with Haki, Eric.
That's right.
Haki confirmed for Bonnie. Now, of course.
That Kuma training go crazy, Christian.
That Kuma training. That New World training.
Kuma trains Arbo.
That's true. Now, Eric. This is a basic armor Haki. I don't know why people are losing their shit. Why are people losing their shit over basic armor Haki? Why? Because they haven't seen Kid using it. That's why.
The whole thing of, she's 12. She been training. She been in the New World.
That's true. World's strongest 12-year-old?
Yes.
Would you expect someone like a God Knight to have Haki at 12?
Depends what the if we imagine the culture to be you're training every day to be a God Knight, then sure. How old's Rebecca? 16? She got observation.
Would you say Big Mom had inherent Armor Haki when she was 8?
Probably.
So, the body potential is crazy.
Oh yeah.
So,
the will of Kuma.
The will of Nika.
The hand of liberation.
That's right. So they smack Luffy. Luffy absorbs all this punishment, and he sends Mars out of the fucking island, Eric. He's gone.
Off the planet.
He's gone.
Maybe he's chilling with an L.
Eric, if Big Mom took the L in Wano, Mars just took the L. By everyone's logic.
Right.
If Big Mom took the L in Wano, looks like Mars just took the L. Because he's out of the arc, he didn't accomplish any of his goals, and he's gone. Let's tell the story. Where's he flying to? I want to see him flying to the red line. Will we see him flying to the red line?
Into the moon.
Off the planet. I don't think he's gone off the planet.
He might.
Alright. I think that's a little crazy.
Is it?
It might be.
Right.
I want to see you smack into that red line.
He's a get fired vision.
And remember what Luffy said when he hit Cracker with that tank man?
What?
I'm gonna send you to the end of the Grand Line. What if he actually does it this time?
That's what I'm saying. Like, Cracker flew a significant distance.
Across the island into the castle.
This is Gear 5 Giganto.
This is Guy 5 plus Sanji.
Plus the
plus
force.
body.
Right.
Plus all the extra shit.
We gotta talk about how, like, Sanji's strong gets attacked enough in Luffy, or does that matter? We know.
We know.
People we know.
Emperor shit. This is just Emperor shit.
And Zoro, people making about Zoro.
Whatever.
Same thing.
I mean, we get the cunning attack, whatever. Alright?
No damage. As we said, Luffy solos his crew. They don't want to hear that.
No.
But Luffy solos the crew.
No.
Okay?
I mean, this is Emperor shit right here.
We'll talk about that in top of the show.
And also, Balloon's a defensive move that's never failed.
Right.
Also. So Luffy's using his ultimate defense move. So, like, yeah, Sanji does no damage, okay. That's not the point of the attack. The point of the move is to
hurt him a
absorb
little bit with
punishment.
the haki, but...
Yeah. I don't... Body's reaction is more concerned than shock, I would say.
Right.
Like, oh no, hurting my hero. Rather than, I don't know I have haki.
Right.
I don't think that's true.
He asked him to hit him.
Yeah. They sent Mars out of here, Eric. It turns out, Nami's group is late. What is Zoro doing, Eric? He's always running the crew late.
Alice, come on.
Alright. Alice flies off to get killed.
For no reason.
Sanji's like, no, please don't go. No.
Sanji, you could go over there real quick. Why
He
is
doesn't
Alice
give a
going?
fuck about Alice.
Is this just a cut back to Zoro doing something?
This is literally the only way to kill Alice.
So Lilith is the only one that will survive.
We only need one to survive.
True.
Alright. Unless we're gonna have a showdown between York and Alice.
Maybe.
Unless, what if it's like Alice has to go up and activate the clouds?
Fuck me.
Some horseshit like that.
Please, order.
Alright. So, Alice goes flying off. The Vegapunk message is back online, Eric. It's not done.
As we thought.
It's not done. So, everyone's saying Vegapunk's message was meaningless. That's a fat L right there. It's not done.
People too hasty.
And the Will of D got cut. Of course it did. But I still believe it's leading to something. Because it's not over in this chapter. We'll get the climax, leave the island, something crazy.
We hope.
For Vegapunk. Alright. He's talking about the inherited will that has some sort of will about it, Eric. It's the inherited will, you know, decline
I mean, we've talked about this before. I think Oda's going in a direction where will dream energy is a physical thing, not just a concept.
He talked about the will of D, and the reason that he talked about the reason why he's telling the D clan got cut, basically. What? So we don't know why he's telling the D clan this message. The dialogue is confusing unless you fill in some blanks. So that's what I think it's about. He's saying this is the reason why I told the D clan this. Please listen to this message.
Right, it's obviously the D clan inherited something.
Yeah. We don't know why. We don't know the reason why.
Right.
York tells the elders that they're fucking stupid and they have to kill the snail.
Elders L again.
Yeah. CP agents and Seraphim just start falling out of the sky.
Seraphim's still in the bubbles, interestingly.
Yeah. Jupiter's like side mission, collecting all the assets. Yeah.
Okay.
He starts to suck up the giant ship. Luffy just punches him in the mouth.
Shut up, man.
And closes his mouth.
Right.
Walkery comes charging into the ship, Eric. Bonnie says she's out of energy. Freedom is exhausting.
That's right.
Alright. And then the Iron Giant comes out of the water and smacks the shit out of Walkery.
We got our kaiju battle.
Breaks his task. Will this be permanent damage?
Yes.
Okay. Good. Permanent damage on the table. Set up the mystery about how he did it. Some ancient technology nonsense.
Right.
Maybe some power source. About the will of D. Some shit like that. Eric, we get the first dialogue from Joy Boy. Emet. Alright? Only when the time is right, you must strike. End of the chapter. Luffy's freaking out about the robot.
Interestingly enough,
Walker goes flying to the middle of the island.
200 years ago,
What happened?
was there another Joy Boy?
That's what I have to say. But the Gorosei said it's only awakened once before this. So what happened 200 years ago?
But as we discussed, Christian,
The Mermaid Princess.
perhaps the drums.
Also the Mermaid Princess 200-year cycle. And coincides with the fisherman trying to get
Because
rights.
you have to remember, the government want to erase the culture of the Nika. The drums, the dance. I'm telling you, the drums are crucial.
Question for you. Did the fisherman go to the reverie? Try and get fisherman rights? Then, one of these celestial dragon bums captures the Mermaid Princess. The Mermaid Princess screams out for help. The Iron Giant appears. What do you think about that?
Possible.
Now, of course, maybe they kept the Iron Giant in cold storage at Marijoa. That's why I was able to hear her.
Sure, in the secret room.
The secret room. Maybe that's what happened. But yeah. One of the sovereigns are.
Of course.
One of the sovereigns is in trouble.
So does Momonosuke able to talk to the robot as well?
I mean, he could talk to Zunisha.
Who are the sovereigns, Christian? Who are they? Is it Momo and is it Shirohoshi?
Shiroshi's 100% one of them.
Well, it has to be Shirohoshi. Is it Momo? Is it Vivi? Is it Luffy?
Well, Shirahoshi and Momo haven't met yet.
That's right.
So that would line up
Vivi
the
and
prophecy.
Shirohoshi met.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened. Luffy and Shirohoshi met.
Not much happened. So, maybe the Nika fruit has to awaken before the sovereigns can meet.
Will the Gorosei just eventually be taken out by kaiju battles? Emet, Zoro versus Beast Form Gorosei.
Zoro? I don't know if Zoro can compete. Zoro got fucked up
One shot jet.
by
Cannonball to the knee.
cannibals in there.
That's cannibal to the knee. Maybe it's got a hybrid form.
If it's got a human form, maybe we're talking.
Maybe it's a hybrid form.
Maybe Zoro gets destroyed.
Comes out of the water, its legs are just long, it stands up on its hind legs.
You don't want to see that walking out, Eric. Some fucking bloodborne shit.
They told me Jack's hybrid form was going to be hype. It wasn't.
It was Centaur. We didn't get to see it. It wasn't as bad as we thought it would be.
Thank God Sergeant didn't fight him. My hatred of Tusk combat, of
Trunk
combat.
tentacle combat.
Right.
You can't. Queen kind of had tentacles. With the hair, shit.
Yeah, I guess, but Sergeant wasn't kicking the trunk
Okay.
in that fucking opening.
Alright. Alright. Moving on, Eric. Chapter ratings.
Because that 8 out of 10 cushion.
Hey, dude. At least the Iron Giant's doing something.
Intriguing.
Iron Giant.
Luffy finally goon these gimps.
Get out of here.
You want to goon me? I'll goon you.
That's right. I agree. 8 out of 10 chapter. A good cliffhanger. Give us something to chew on before the break. We'd like to see it. Eric, everyone who was upset about Bonnie, shut the fuck up.
Right. Now the Gorosei. Are they all going to be launched? Surely.
They'll all be dealt with in their own ways.
Right.
Emet has Walkery.
You told me we're just going to get on the boat and escape, Christian. No.
I mean, Mars is out of here.
I told you something has to happen. We can't just...
Mars is out of here. Luffy will tie up Jupiter like a balloon animal.
Right.
They'll deal with him. I think the others aren't really a threat. I mean, I guess Zoro will stall Noshijiro so they can escape.
Jinbei and Zoro maybe do some combo shit.
attack. Emet will just stall out Walkery. And Saturn, who gives a fuck?
Where is Saturn?
He might be going to Zoro.
Okay.
So, the only real people who are actually stopping us from leaving would be Jupiter and Mars. And Bush will deal with you, Peter, soon.
Now, people saying, we're going to get Saturn out of here because he can just summon them again.
Yeah, but he can't... We don't really know how the summoning works. Can he summon himself onto a moving object?
Just saying, like, you know, do they need to all chant the ritual to be summoned?
I feel like he couldn't just summon on a moving platform.
Right, but if Saturn's chilling by himself, he can just summon Mars back. Theoretically.
I mean, do they all have to chant the incantation?
We don't know.
We don't know how the summoning works. But yeah.
Next week, SmackDown continues. Vegapunk will not reach his conclusion, but he'll yap some more.
We'll get something out of Saturn. We'll get something out of Vegapunk at some point.
Right.
Alright?
We just hope something will happen.
Never know.
Anyway.
Sorry, Shanks. Every week, we come to you with a question. I'm sorry, Shanks. Every week we answer. Shanks is stronger, Shanks is the God King. But there are still people out there, Eric, putting Kaido top 1. I see him on Twitter.
Sad.
There's still people out there saying Sweaty's Battle Planet Akainu, the final hope of the Navy.
Akainu.
It's top 1. There are people out there saying Blackbeard is the strongest. With that 2.4 billion bear, Eric.
Bum.
There are people out there saying Armor's the strongest. With that immortality gimmick.
That gimmick carry heavy.
And the worst of them all, the people out there saying Mihawk's the strongest. Some irrelevant bum. Eric, and every week we bring 100% factual information to the table, Eric. This week's evidence is Shanks is so strong that he indeed would slice up Walkery like Odin sliced up the mountain god with a swift divine departure.
Maybe Paradise Toast ago. With his ghost haki hand.
With one arm, with one hand.
Right.
Two-sword style.
One-handed two-sword style. That's right.
Shanks is stronger, Shanks is God King. Moving on, talk about the show. Real Emperors.
Now, Christian, what skews this entire argument is one character.
Who's that?
Big Mom.
Why?
Because Oda gimped the shit out of her.
Yeah.
Remember the Straw Hats, Christian.
They didn't win.
Roller her down the...
Kid and Law got her to 70 HP and
but
then rang
the
her
Big
out.
Mom one-shot Kid.
Multiple times.
She did not one-shot Kid.
Kid, Eric, if it was a 1v1, Kid would have got more one-shot 3 times. But Eric, again, she's just standing there laughing. Finish the job.
As I said on Twitter.
Yeah.
As a general rule.
Yeah.
An Emperor will one-shot the first command.
Sure. Fact.
Which is how it is. And that's what the real faiths were talking about. Zoro didn't one-shot King.
Eric...
Sanji didn't one-shot Queen.
No. People are acting like Zoro got through King's defense. He never did. He waited till the flame was off. And then he still needed King of Hell to do damage.
That's right.
So, King of Hell didn't get through the Seraphim defense. Or the Lunarian defense.
Reread the Kaido vs. Luffy fight.
Insanity!
Luffy takes so much damage. Kaido takes so much damage.
And then in Gear 5, Luffy's taking clubs to the head. Nothing.
These other characters just don't have the output required.
They don't have the output, they don't have the speed, they don't have the stamina.
Well, sure, Walkery. Great defense. But he doesn't have the output required. He doesn't have the ore.
No.
The one-shot potential, the speed.
Where is the Conqueror's coding attack?
Why isn't he blitzing straight through Dorian Brogy?
Good point. We get an Oda sourcing the giants. Okay. Still.
Even Giant Goon's blocking Mars's laser beam.
It's disrespectful.
It's Kaido blew a hole through a mountain.
That's true. Alright.
So you gotta put it on perspective.
Eric, let's actually break down Kaido, what he did.
Okay.
Rooftop. He had at least five commander level characters attack him at first.
Scabbard's strong.
Denjiro, strong.
Ashura,
strong. They're at least commander level, comparable.
Inu Neku,
Sulong.
commander at least.
And then you want to chuck Aizo in there, okay. Kinemon, Raizo, Kawamatsu, a bit of whatever, right? But he got jumped.
Minimum Frankie level,
alright. He got minimum jumped by 5 commanders, and he won. Comfortably. Easily won. He gets jumped by 5 commanders. He washes them. Right? Then the rooftop. Fucked everyone up. Right? Law hit him with the gamma knife. Nothing. He just tanks that shit. He goes, okay, that hurt a little bit.
Kid not doing anything. Zoro
does his ultimate unlocking Conqueror's Haki, super ultimate hyper moment, slashes Kaido. A bit, some damage. But is it?
Kaido's not really concerned.
It's aesthetic damage at the end of the day.
Right. Kaido's not really concerned.
Kaido's not concerned. Does Kaido look sweaty? Is Kaido screaming on the ground? It's aesthetic damage.
Right.
Basically, what Zoro did was aesthetic damage. Barely anything. Wasn't consequential on Luffy's victory. Not really consequential in any way.
Correct.
Maybe 1% here or there. Alright? Kid, I don't know what fuck Kid did. Slap him around, whatever. Right? Then Luffy unlocks Conquerors. Starts smacking around Conquerors. Kaido still wins.
He had Ryo, he was doing damage.
Kaido still wins.
Right.
Luffy has to go get that snack break. Comes back. Kaido wins again.
With the snake.
Eric, Kaido would have survived that over Kongan. Kaido wouldn't have gone down from the over Kongan.
Sure.
Right? So Kaido wins that again. Luffy dies, quote unquote.
Right.
Awakens the ultimate Nika power.
And he's still kind of getting washed.
And Kaido's still putting in work.
Luffy punches Kaido through the face. A move that rattled Kizaru to the bone.
Stunned. So Kaido had like 5 victories in Wano. All in a row.
Kizaru is never recovering from that gum symbol when it's animated.
No.
He can never recover.
Never recover.
It's on for him.
And that's what we mean by real Emperor shit.
Right. You need that awe factor.
You can't just clash.
You need the divine departure.
You
need the Thunder Bagua Act 1.
You can't just clash with an elder and then claim Emperor status. There are so many categories you need to hit.
Now, Luffy, Thunder Bagua, not Thunder Bagua, Bajran Gun, White Star Gun. Which is
Star Gun, Eric. Let's just say Bajran Gun, because he's ultimate attack.
Sure, but still stupid. You need that awe factor. You need that X factor as well. Now, Big Mom and Blackbeard kind of skew this because they're bumbling buffoons.
We'll see an outback for Big Mom.
Who get the job done eventually.
We'll see an outback for Big Mom.
But Kaido potentially one-shot the law. Potentially.
Sure.
That Kurozu 1-2 punch, Christian, as we keep talking about, hasn't done it yet.
No.
But we theorize.
Sure. Also, Blackbeard just tanking that Shock Willy.
Right.
Which is immense damage.
But anyway, this is all to say, Gorosei, you got good defensive regenerative feats. Sure, you got Conqueror's Haki, but you haven't done nothing.
You haven't done nothing, you don't have that source.
Not even to a giant. Dole's the one taking out a giant.
Do I see a sky splitting moment? No.
Walker, take it a giant. Not Druro, take it. Oh, you cut it past the Vista. What? I'm impressed. Cut a man. That as I said, significantly damage someone, then we'll start talking.
Eric, you gotta understand.
If Nojuro was an Emperor level swordsman, he should overpower Zoro.
The sky should be split.
The sky should be split at least. And if he lands an attack on Zoro, significant heavy damage.
Heavy damage.
80-90% damage.
We want to see that damage.
Okay. Now if I see Jinbei repel this man.
He repelled Big Mom.
He didn't repel her.
Yeah, he did.
As the cognac cushion, he was overpowered in the end.
Vagabond drill.
But that's a 1-to-1.
Vagabond drill.
Sure, but the cognac.
Big Mom heavily nerfed.
The cognac sword move got through Jinbei's shark skin. Can Nojuro get through it?
That's a good point. If Nojuro can't get through Jinbei,
and he's a swordsman, Big Mom doesn't even know what a sword is.
She just slaps that shit around.
Right.
If Nojuro can't get through Jinbei, if I see Jinbei just block Nojuro with his bare hands, I'm sorry.
That's a 1-to-1.
That's a 1-to-1. I can't do it. Alright? But there you go. Real Emperor shit. We don't want to hear this Mickey Twitter shit.
Right.
Alright? Give us the real feeds. You need to have that aura, that wow factor, you need to be doing crazy shit like Luffy. And then we call you an Emperor.
Yes.
Eric, Luffy tanks Mars's laser. Then he tanks Ife Jumbo Hell's memories, Body's ultimate move, Frankie's ultimate move, uses that and rebounds him out of here, no damage.
That's what we're talking about.
Luffy folds Kizaru and Saturn in the same move.
He grabs Kizaru splitting blood everywhere.
Yeah, we can't handle that.
And Saturn, on the other hand, slaps them together.
Turns him into a pizza, throws him away.
That's what we're talking about.
That's what we're talking about with Emperor level shit. Alright? I'm not talking about clashing with those Jiro. That's not Emperor level shit.
Right. Okay.
If you have to do math and cope to make someone Emperor level, they ain't Emperor level.
Okay.
That's what I have to say.
Not being repelled by Sanji and kicked in the face.
No. That's not Emperor level.
Again, Big Mom's... People always bring up Big Mom as a counterpoint.
We'll see now, Beth. She wasn't defeated.
That's true. She was not defeated. Alright, questions. Let's see. Christian, try to read this name.
Tyron Al's Lemon Stand. Kind of. It's a combo name, Eric.
Okay.
Very hard to read.
Shout out Ty, Christian.
Do you guys think there are more ancient robots in the past? I think this is like the ultimate ancient. It's named.
Maybe.
It's got its character. It seems to be Joy Boy's companion.
Right.
I'm gonna say this is the robot.
Maybe this is like a black sheep robot that got bullied, Christian, and Joy Boy helped him.
From Tom. Are the Gorosei afraid of the sea? But look, some people brought this up, that Walkery wasn't afraid of jumping in the sea. I can see what people are on about, how like, they're not afraid of the sea, they're not.
It's a factor. We'll keep on watch.
We'll keep it on watch.
He could just transform back into normal form,
or he could just like do some bullshit and like break the ship and then land. I don't know.
Right.
So like, don't know. For Midnight Detective, based on the dialogue from Sergeant Frankie Bonnie, is definitely becoming a straw hat. Bonnie Straw Hat.
Luffy did start using her real name.
That's true. No more Brogy.
There's chance.
No more Boggy.
No more Boggy. No more Brogy.
Bonnie, Eric.
Bonnie.
She has shown Luffy the will of the Nika. Luffy would accept that invitation. Luffy would give that invitation.
It also makes sense, but
the cabin. We finally have a protege.
She might have seen White Dragon's hype and joined him. We didn't see that.
No, she's not joining Dragon.
But
after all this Nika shit, she's not joining Dragon.
That's kind of true. Maybe she has to go on a quest to resurrect her father or something. I don't know. That's Senator, Christian.
That is Senator. Senator 99 Ranch. What would you say is a better message to send the audience? Nika's idea of freedom or the Joestar Golden Will? Joestar Golden Will is just like be a righteous human and things will work out.
They're similar. Although...
One's more about morality and one's just more about do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Because the Golden Will favours those who are righteous at heart. The Joestars.
Luffy's just more about freedom. Will.
Yeah.
Dreams.
I guess for the real world, you would have to go with the Joestar Golden Will. Just be like, be a good guy and karma works out. I guess that's good life advice.
Sure.
Yeah. But if you want to be a lunatic, maverick, aim for the stars, you go with the Luffy dream.
That's right.
No. For Michael J. Do you think it's funny that Cole thinks Bonnie breaks the power system but has no problem with the Elder seemingly infinite regeneration? Cole's a very strange man. He has retracted his statements from last week.
He's very particular.
He's very particular about his power systems. He has retracted the statement because he saw this week. So he's not upset.
Right.
So yeah. Emet is in my top 20, by the way. It's too soon. Hey guy, relax. Alright?
We're gonna see the limitations.
And if he's only active when there's the Nika beat, you can't really have a...
Sure, that's a bit of an issue.
Yeah. From Sunday Lollipop. Does Emet breaking one of Walker's tasks actually mean anything? Like, has someone unknown way to legit damage them? Or is just powerful hype? I would like it if he damaged the elders. That's why they fear the robot.
Yeah, it would. You'd like
And
to
we
see.
want to get a hint about how to damage them. It's kind of fucking annoying. These immortal beings.
Right.
You want a bit of how mystery has
How'd he do
doing
it? Right.
Yeah.
Maybe Luffy, or how'd he do it?
Yeah.
Luffy starts to think.
Yeah. For Myanmar. The robot is still active. The measures is still active. Our body isn't broken. All three most criticized parts of Egghead turned out to be fine. Why are week-to-week readers very emotional, Eric? Because it's part of the cycle.
Why do the OP community jump to the worst possible solution?
I don't think it's the OP community. I think it's the specific
Haters?
Twitter mob that are just waiting for something to happen.
Right.
For Beat Gamer. How do Zoro fans already make the chop about Zoro when it isn't about him and make up illogical headcanons like Zoro would have killed Luffy? Zoro wouldn't have killed Luffy. If you asked him to use his Shogun's attack. Alright, let's break this down. Luffy is using maybe his ultimate defensive move, Balloon. It's never failed. In the pre-time skip, an Admiral level character like Sengoku punches him, minimal damage. Fusen, broken. Balloon broken, defensive
This
move.
is a Gear 5 balloon.
Gear 5 balloon. Alright. So ultimate defense. The defensive move.
Right.
Would Luffy be cut? Okay, he would have been cut. But would it have been ultimate damage? No. I don't think so.
No.
Cut, or Zoro scarred Kaido. Luffy would have got scarred by the bare minimum. The logic there, okay, fine. But Oda would never do that, and it's kind of annoying. As cutting attacks versus blunt force, we know Luffy has an advantage over blunt force, and fire damage. He can't get fire damage. Doesn't affect him
Lightning
anymore.
negative damage.
Fire and lightning, elemental damage, not effective against Luffy anymore.
Now there is arguments that as this flying slash hits his skin, it would be rubberized cushion.
I understand those arguments. I mean, he still got slashed by Kaido's airwaves.
It's going right through him, and it's not really doing anything.
Like nicking him.
Right.
It would damage Luffy more than Sanji's kick, but that's because of the type of the attack, Eric.
The issue with Twitter is that all the prominent accounts are Zoro hype accounts, so it's uneven.
Yeah. Just
like we talked about last week, Sanji fans have the better feet on Zoro, but somehow they're losing the narrative. Because they just don't have the people.
No. But yeah, he goes on to talk more about ZKK. We understand, Eric. People call us Zoro haters because we're being realistic about Zoro. Zoro is impressive. He's still in that first command in the tier. Let's see him fight an Admiral, and let's see him break out of that tier. The Lucci performance wasn't great. People want to cope, but the Lucci performance
it wasn't
great.
impressive.
I wasn't impressed. That's what I mean by you gotta have the Emperor feats. Alright, you can't just cope and take other feats and add them to Zoro just to get into Emperor level. He's not Emperor. He's not Admiral. He has to beat an Admiral, and then we put him at Admiral level, and then once he does decently against an Emperor, then we consider the Emperor level. There are steps in this game. You can't just go from first commander barely winning to Emperor level in 1 second.
Right.
Alright? Please respect the Emperor title. Thank you.
He's got room to grow. Plenty of time. He'll get to where you want to be.
People keep on bringing up the Big Mom warning, but we gotta admit that Ashura is probably a stronger attack than the Dragon Blaze. Can we stop?
Yes.
Ashura is a stronger attack. Please. Can we stop the cope that Flying Dragon Blaze is a
Flying
stronger
Dragon
attack?
Blaze has never been his strongest attack. It's always Ashura. And that would have nicked it. Like,
It would have maybe would have scarred.
it would have cut him in half.
It would have cut him in half. Guys, please. Alright.
It's also a glowing sword in the air that's radiating Odin
Odin
energy.
Haki.
Odin energy.
Yeah.
So like, it's got that curse energy, Christian. There's a strange aura to it.
The strange aura.
What else? Anything else? Is that it?
That's it.
JoJo next week.
JoJo. The Howler Company, Eric. We see stands.
Gross.
We see villains.
I'm intrigued about how this Christian, as we talked about last week. JoJo 9 getting good. Always like a cabal.
Eric, deeds, political movements, political machinations.
JoJo needs a cabal.
You always need a cabal.
Otherwise, it's aimless. We need a
true.
cabal.
You need a cabal. Everyone loves a cabal.
There's like the weird guy in the corner doesn't fucking do anything.
No.
Is there like a fucking...
There's a bunch of weirdos.
Right, they're all weirdos that have quirks.
Yeah.
Like one guy that only eats fucking...
Eric, as soon as you see these characters, you're like, yeah, they have stands.
Yeah, of course, Christian, the most fashionable man of all time.
That's right, you know.
Alright.
But anyway,
Shanks
see
is
you
the
next
strongest.
week.
Shanks is a god. Yeah.
Good night.
I'm gonna hit the end button. There we go.